we got some questions from Instagram this time, and we're gonna do a little Q&A. We're gonna answer them. A lot of pretty easy questions, and one that might confuse the regular golfer. So we're gonna simplify that. First question came from Caleb. He asked, how should the sacrum move in the golf swing? So to boil that down, we'll look at that as, the pelvis. How's the pelvis moving in the downswing? So we want to feel like everything is rotating open, right? If we want that nice rotational golf swing, even if not, we're going to want to feel another component to that. We're going to want to feel up out of that. So if we're rotating, we are going to want to feel that the lead leg is pushing the lead hip up and back through impact. That's going to create that rotational element in your pelvis that will eventually allow the chest to open up, and if you've shallowed the shaft, it will allow that shaft to whip back out in front of you. So in terms of sacrum movement, in terms of the lead side of the pelvis, it is going to move down, around, up, and back in the downswing. We don't want to be in a situation where it slides too hard towards the target early on, is that's going to force the upper body to start tilting away from the golf ball, and that can be a pretty dangerous movement pattern. So get it pushing up and away, and that will help your body turn. So that's the first question. Next question came from Cooper's Homestead. He said, my face is rotating too quickly and I'm hitting a big hook. Help me. So that could be a number of reasons. Either the grip type is too strong and not matching what your wrists are doing in the downswing, or you're getting yourself in a position where the face is open and there's a lot of rotation, or it could be square and there's a lot of rotation of the arms and the wrist through impact. That can shut the face down quite significantly and quickly, and lead that ball to take off. If you have a strong grip and you look at your video and you start seeing a lot of flexion, that's getting the face too shut. Neutral, a lot of flexion, that's probably getting a little too shut. So understand, the concept of grip type versus wrist angle that you have. I did a video on that a little while ago, so go check that out. But that can be your big thing. Or if it's open and you're requiring a lot of, rotation of the face through impact, that's another situation where you can see a big hook happen, and the ball can end up all over the place. So figure out what it is, and then there's lots of fixes for that, getting the grip to match up with whatever wrist angle you have, or slowing down the face rotation, putting yourself in a position where you don't need a lot of face rotation through impact. And a Twitter question I got a little while ago from Richard, that's the final one we'll get to. He wanted to know, he pointed out that he got himself in a lot of trouble. He'd start out his round strong, and then he would start to mentally think about how he was playing, and it would make him start falling apart, and he couldn't close out rounds. What's a good way to deal with that? There's lots of good ways, but the key is to distract yourself. If you're the type of player who gets himself in a situation where he loses confidence, late in the round, thinking about what he can do, starts thinking about that, you have to, get out of the way. So over a golf shot, when you're in that situation, I always like to go and get singularly focused on the task, not thinking about the result, not thinking about anything else. What task do I want to pull off on this golf shot? And if you can do that, that's going to make the actual act of hitting the golf ball easier. Another great trick, when you start letting those thoughts get into your head about the fact that you're playing really well and you might blow it, find something else you can focus on outside of that objective. Distract yourself. If there's people around, look at people. If there's mountains, look at mountains. If you got nice water like I do, look at the nice water while you're playing. Do something to distract your mind from that objective, or thinking about what you've done in the past to screw up the ability to shoot the score you want to do. Distraction is key in that place, and then right when you get to that golf ball, go singularly focused on whatever objective you're trying to achieve. And generally, most players are going to start seeing those scores drop pretty quick if you could put that all together and work on that. So thank you guys for the questions, and looks like next week we'll have a little on-course playing lesson with some good players on Monday. So we'll start changing it up, getting the Q&As in here occasionally, and hopefully we can keep putting out some content for you guys. Thanks. Hey guys, if you like this video, hit the like button down below. Make sure you subscribe. Thanks.